Twisted metal and shattered glass. Terrible, life-altering injuries. And a DUI arrest. During prom season, this scenario plays out hundreds of times across the United States every year. And while the footage you're watching is just a simulation, it's an all-too-real demonstration of what could happen if drinking and driving is part of the plan on prom night. To drive home the importance of driving sober, the Fort Zumwalt School District teamed up with O'Fallon police, paramedics, and firefighters to stage this scenario in front of the junior and senior classes of Fort Zumwalt West.
So the demo we're going to have here today is we're going to show the dangers of driving under the influence. We're going to have two vehicles involved. We're going to have a student that is going to have been killed in the car accident, one that's going to suffer the consequences from a legal standpoint, will be arrested from the O'Fallon Police Department, and the consequences of that on the other injuries that can come from this.
Prom is supposed to be a night to remember, but for students who have had their lives irrevocably changed by a drunk driving incident, it's memorable for all the wrong reasons. In this demonstration, one student was declared deceased at the scene and zipped into a body bag as his Fort Zumwalt West peers watched in silence. Passengers from both cars were carefully removed from the tangled wrecks before being strapped to backboards and hurried into waiting ambulances. While this specific scenario involved drunk driving, it could just as easily apply to any distracted driving scenario. And the professional first responders hope the message resonates with the students watching it unfold.
We believe it helps the students to just give them awareness of the dangers that are out there from driving what we call under the 4Ds, driving under drowsy, drunk, drugged, or distracted. So not only is it important to realize that driving drunk is very dangerous, driving distracted, such as texting or carelessness driving, is just as dangerous.
It's easy to rattle off statistics about drunk or distracted driving. For example, car accidents are the leading cause of death for teens, and nearly a third of those fatal accidents involve alcohol or drugs. And according to AAA, 84% of intoxicated teens are more likely to get behind the wheel than call home for help. But it's also easy to say that an accident like this won't happen to me, and many drivers, teens included, ignore the dangers of driving impaired. That's why student Carter Adams wanted to educate his friends at Fort Zumwalt West by helping organize this event, which included student actors from the school drama department. After seeing YouTube videos of other schools participating in car crash demos, he knew it was the perfect way to truly demonstrate the consequences of mixing cars with alcohol.
I just think it'd be a great idea to bring an awareness to teenagers about how their decisions can affect the rest of their life, and to have a safe, fun-fulfilled prom without making decisions that could harm themselves or others.
I was playing the jerky drunk driver. He had a lot of alcohol, and he crashed, T-boned that car, unfortunately.
I'm covered in blood. I was actually a passenger in the drunk driving car, and I ended up getting airlifted. It felt so surreal when we were just acting it out. I thought it was actually happening for real.
If this scenario were a real event, the lives of those involved would have been changed forever. But the impact of this collision extends far beyond the 7 people riding in these 2 cars, as the families, friends, and classmates of these teens would face a lifetime of guilt and regret as a result of this decision to drive impaired.
What happened?
One thing is clear: accidents like this can happen to anyone, and everyone involved hopes that those watching think twice before drinking and driving.
The message that I hope that they take away from this is to have a fun prom, but to not make bad decisions and decisions that could affect you or others for the rest of their lives.
That you may not think it happens to you until it does, but you should always be aware of your surroundings. You shouldn't be distracted.
Life is short. You shouldn't ruin it by being stupid. That one small decision will ruin your life forever and ruin other people's lives as well.